A trusted nurse vanishes without a trace and her small town unravels. Maple Hollow, Vermont wasn't the kind of place people disappeared from. With one stoplight, 2 coffee shops, and fewer than 2,000 residents, people often said it was the perfect town to disappear in peace. That changed on March 18, 2023, when Lily Crawford, a 32-year-old nurse at Maple Hollow Medical Clinic, never arrived for her Saturday morning shift. That was unlike her. Lily was always early, always dependable, always smiling. By 9 a.m., concern gave way to quiet panic. She wasn't answering her phone, wasn't at home, and hadn't called in. Her fiancé, Ben Travers, hadn't seen her. Neither had her boss, Dr. Meredith Klein. By 10:30 a.m., Sheriff Donlin drove to her rental home on Brookside Lane. Her car was there, locked. Her purse, phone, and keys were inside. But Lily? Gone. Without a sign. Without a message. Without a struggle. The town of Maple Hollow would never be the same. The truth begins with 2 lives and 2 love stories no one saw coming. People in town remembered Lily as a helper. She volunteered at the animal shelter, led prenatal yoga, and said yes to Ben's marriage proposal at the annual Firefly Festival. But on April 10th, nearly a month after she vanished, police received a call from a man named Ethan Marlowe in Albany, New York. He had seen Lily on the news but said he knew her as Emily Hart. They had been in a committed relationship for nearly a year, meeting every other weekend at a lakeside cabin. She told him she worked as a traveling nurse and had no family. Ethan had just asked her to move in with him. She got quiet. He had no idea she was engaged. No idea her name was Lily. This shocking second life stunned Maple Hollow. A woman they thought they knew turned out to be keeping a major secret. Some residents grew suspicious, some angry, but Lily's coworker, Cara Jensen, offered a softer truth. She always smiled, but sometimes people smile when they're scared. Clues inside a tablet, secrets from a boss, and a barn hiding the truth. As the investigation deepened, attention turned to Lily's boss, Dr. Meredith Klein, 48. She was polished, well-respected, married with 2 kids. But whispers inside the clinic hinted at something more between Meredith and Lily. Detectives recovered dozens of voice memos, screenshots of texts, a folder titled Meredith If Something Happens. Messages suggested a secret, romantic relationship that had turned tense and threatening. You're throwing away the only person who understands you. If you tell him, I swear to God this won't end well. Police also discovered Meredith had deleted clinic security footage the day Lily went missing. A search history from her clinic office including terms like, how deep is frost ground in March, Vermont? How long before someone files a missing persons report? Still no Lily. Until June 2nd, when a woman walking her dog by the old Darrow barn alerted authorities to a foul smell. Inside, sheets of plastic, rotted tarp, Lily's body, fully dressed in scrubs. Her clinic badge still clipped to her waist. She had defensive wounds and a head injury from a blunt object. But the most damning evidence? DNA under her fingernails. It matched Dr. Meredith Klein, a respected doctor. A tangled affair. A final argument no one came back from. June 6, 2023, Meredith was arrested at the clinic and charged with first-degree murder. What followed in court shocked the state. Prosecutors built a timeline. Lily told Meredith she was leaving. Meredith invited her to the clinic to talk. Lily arrived. Tablet logs showed emotional writing between 8 to 9 p.m. Footage was deleted. Metadata altered. Prosecutors believed Lily was murdered between 10:30 to 11 p.m. Her body was driven 4.2 miles to the old barn in an unregistered clinic vehicle. She pretended Lily came to work the next day. Prosecutors said. She clocked her in, used her badge. In a surprise courtroom twist, the prosecution revealed Meredith had admitted during a psychiatric evaluation. Everything went black. When I saw her lying there, I knew I had gone too far. Faced with overwhelming evidence and public pressure, Meredith Klein took a plea deal. Charge: second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, abuse of professional trust. Sentence: 32 years to life in prison. No parole for the first 25. A garden, a journal, and a story that didn't end where it began. Lily Crawford was laid to rest on October 22, 2023. Over 300 people attended. No photo collage. Just messages at her funeral, notes of sorrow, silence, and stories. Ben sat in the front. Ethan stood in the back. They never spoke. Inside a safety deposit box found months later, Lily had written letters to Ben, to Ethan, even one to Meredith. One line in her journal stood out. I feel like a story with too many narrators. I just want to be known. In Maple Hollow, the clinic eventually closed. Residents built the Lily Crawford Memorial Garden, featuring wildflowers, a weeping willow, and a plaque that reads, "To those who give everything while hiding everything. You mattered. You were enough." Lily's story is over, but her voice and her secrets still echo through the town she once loved. The tragedy of Lily Crawford isn't just how she died, but how much of her life she kept hidden. In small towns, safety can be an illusion. Silence can mean danger. And sometimes, the people who seem the brightest carry shadows few ever see.